And now the pace car leads them down through this short straightaway. Then turn number 12 as the sun begins to peek out, and a beautiful day on Sears Point International Raceway, and the Banquet Frozen Foods 300 is underway. Uphill into turn number 2, and Ken Schrader goes inside and gets the right side tires off the track, creating a bit of a traffic jam behind him. Everyone else, however, getting through there smoothly. And no, here's a major traffic jam as several cars have been involved in a crash. The number 19 machine, driven by Bill Cooper, is one of those damaged. He's the driving instructor here and was expected to do very well, but a lot of damage to that car. Lake Speed is also there. Richard Petty moves around. And we'll see if we can determine who else is involved in this crash. 40 is Darren Brassfield.
Herschel McGriff was also involved. There's Troy Beebe and John Krebs, the last car. And it looks like all the cars are moving.
Yeah, it looks like they just stopped there for a little bit and said, okay, everything's clear, let's go on.
I think that the dust was probably a problem, a big problem, because when Schrader got off the course, created up all that, knocked up all the dust, the cars just couldn't see. And it looks like Terry Labonte and Bill Cooper has the most serious damage.
Yeah, they do have quite a bit of damage to those cars as Rusty Wallace continues to lead and jumping off of the inside part of the racetrack.
That's Mark Martin running in second position, and Ricky Rudd in third as the cars come up through the S's, now heading toward the straightaway, separating turns 10 and 11. Now downshifting and braking hard for corner number 11. Wallace leads them through here. That's Bill Elliott running in 4th spot, and the completion of lap number 1 in the 74 lap race. Rusty Wallace from Fenton, Missouri, followed by Martin, then Rudd, then Elliott. Here comes Waltrip, Bodine, and Earnhardt.
Pace car is in. We're ready to go racing. You're watching it live from Japan here on TBS. Down comes the field. Wallace has it in tow with Ernie Irvan alongside. Green is down, and here's Ernie Irvan trying to make the jump.
What Wallace is trying to do there is counter him going down into the corner. This is very important to be leading going into turn 1 to get set up for turn 2.
Track position is everything on this course.
Sugiyama off the race course and out into the sand there.
And right back on again. Wild beginning. Number 12 in trouble. It slid off. Dan Obrist picks it back up and gets back on it another time. Wallace and Irvan in a frisky fight up in front for that lead. Coming through turn 7. And Obrist has pulled it off. And Obrist in a bit of a problem here in the early going. Coming around with Wallace in the lead. And look at him. Double him up. Said you couldn't run 2 abreast on the backside. In third, Michael Waltrip is right there, but beating on the side of his car. Here comes Sterling Marlin looking for third, and Jeff Gordon coming with him.
Well, anytime you have the inside, you see he has the preferred line, and Mike just had to give room there. Jeff Gordon's got the inside, but going down into the next corner, I don't think that he'll be able to make the move, Jeff Gordon.
Hey, fellas, we are south of the border. Abrocha, Los Cinturones, tighten those belts, baby, get her done. Underlay, arriba, let's go racing.
Getter's got a good jump on Boris Said. Through the loop or chicane.
Mark Truex Jr. there in the 8 car. He's won challenge for the lead going off into turn 1. He'd like to get those 5 points for leading the first lap in a Busch race outside the United States.
I think he kind of overcooked the first turn there.
That's very easy to do. We've seen that a lot.
A very good clean start.
That dust you see, that's just from safety vehicles and all been around the track this morning. No problems.
Up to turn 4 and the NASCAR cut, which eliminated the Hector Rabake turns you see off to the right of your screen. This is turn 4.
And a really unorthodox turn. It's got about 3 hitches in it.
See Robbie Gordon right there in the 83 car. He's already made up about 10 or 12 positions. Remember, went to the rear of the field after that engine change.
Through turn 5, a left-hander.
The 4 car got shoved out of line there.
Ryan Hemphill.
And here are the guesses. Here's the area, Darrell, where it's really easy to get behind.
It's just all rhythm, Mike. I mean, it's just, you know, you just saw it on the wheel. And it almost is like, can I just stop and start all over again?
Then the oval straight. 2 off for Getters, who becomes the first ever Hispanic driver to lead a NASCAR Busch Series race.
And as I said, the first Busch Series driver to lead a race outside of the United States.
What do we watch for here this first corner, Randy? Hard left-right combination, 43 cars.
Well, hopefully the guys don't run over each other. That's the main thing is the first turn, you're going to just kind of be easy. These guys just run these cars for qualifying. They're all pumped up. The wheels are spinning. Just hopefully they don't get stuck in the mud.
Carpentier and Pappas lead him down. Enjoy the start for Montreal.
So far, so good.
Not for Max Pappas. One car started second, already shuffled back about 5-6 spots. It is Carpentier leading, Fellows second, Said third, then Ambrose fourth, fifth is Pruitt, and there's Pappas back in 6th place from second.
He was totally excited after qualifying. Maybe he just kind of burst his bubble, and now he's taking a breath. These guys probably went the first couple of turns without even breathing.
That's Robbie Gordon looking for a spot, and here comes Nick Janssen in the 28 car trying to get around Michel Jourdain in the 17.
This is one of the very few passing zones right here. There's about 3 of them on the racetrack. I was talking to Kevin Harvick and Jeff Burton. You get up on the inside of these guys and come on.
Robbie Gordon going to get 2 in one corner as he ducked both to the inside of Stephen Light, and it looked like Michel Jourdain.
They're going to get harder and harder. The closer he gets to the front, the harder these passes are going to get.
Take that back. It was Jorge Getters he worked inside of, not Jourdain. And Carpentier will lead lap 1. Listen to the fans.
I see a little right front damage on the yellow car, the Scott Spruce car on his fender. Not that aerodynamics makes a huge difference on a road course.
Here they come up the hill. The pace car is off the pit road entry a good bit down the hill before the start-finish line. Turn 1 going to be interesting.
Yeah, if I was a crew chief for one of these cars that's starting just a few rows back and then in the field, I would say leave yourself a little room here getting into turn 1. Don't be so committed that you have no outs if you see some trouble ahead.
Here they come to the line. Starter waiting, giving the signal, hold it down. Now green flag. The NASCAR Nationwide Series is racing at Road America. Carl Edwards on the break, away from Villeneuve. Brad Coleman slides into second in the 18. Villeneuve is third. Colin Brown fourth. That's McDowell in the 81 and gone in the 62 for fifth.
Excellent job of give and take in turn 1 and 2 right there for the whole field.
Yeah, now we got the long back straightaway down into turn 5. They're going to have to do it again because they're running the same speed down this high speed back straightaway here, about 165.
Villeneuve for second. That's Villeneuve in the 32 under Brad Coleman. Back to second spot.
See, they get on those ripple strips, they got to get off of those things. It really upsets the car over there. And the goal for these drivers is to keep the car on the track and try not to use these strips as much.
Well, one of the reasons you don't want to get on those things too hard is because it does cost you grip, especially rear grip. When you get those rear tires on those bumps, you lose a lot of that traction you need to get off these corners.
Down to turn 8.
Now, this is the other passing zone we talked about, Alan, early in the show. You see some passing into turn 8. Looks like these guys are all minding their P's and Q's right now. Now we need this popular carousel corner.
This is a flat downhill, kind of off-camber corner to the right. It's almost like an oval track corner, like at Martinsville, but it's the other way. And you carry a lot of speed down the hill now into this corner, which is a very high-speed, dangerous corner.
And the kid, somebody scuffed some tires off to the right. Was that Patrick Long in the 90? Might have been Brown in the 15.
We're talking about Patrick Long, another road racing ace. He drives for Team Porsche off and on. Actually drove for Penske. Very good, that number 90 car. You see him coming into frame right now. Ron Fellow's right behind him there.
That was Long that was looking to make a move to the inside and then fell back in line through Canada corner.
See, Villeneuve hangs the tire right off that. Oh, he's got another car off the track just a little bit. See what that costs you.
27 is Kelly, the Australian, in his nationwide debut. It did cost him a spot. Paul Menard went through.
You know, people talk all week long, Alan, where can you pass around this racetrack? You got the regular spots, turn 1, 5, and 12, but if somebody makes a mistake, like Owen Kelly did there, you can see how Paul Menard was able to overtake him.
Pace cars pulled off, leading him down. Our pole sitter, Michael McDowell, of course, he has selected driver's left, the preferred line, onto that front straightaway, and the Nationwide Children's Hospital 200 is green. Nice clean start. Now they head into Keyhole. McDowell in front.
Michael McDowell picking up where he left off. A bit of a surprise on the pole, but he's showing some muscle.
Now from high above, the long straightaway heading down towards turn 4.
Already seeing a challenge here. Owen Kelly jumping out. 165 miles an hour. 3 wide won't work. Let's try 2. And get used to that, and then try 3.
And it looks like Kelly is going to take the spot away from Kyle Larson, and then he gets turned. Right here on lap number 1, the 32 gets turned into the S's. Now, is there too much damage for him to continue?
It's what we talked about earlier, Marty. The drivers know the track, but they don't know the limits as it relates to racing on this track. Nelson Piquet just found a limit in one area, and unfortunately it came at the expense of Kyle Larson.
Up and over. Oh, man, that's Sam Horns. That is that dangerous corner, turn number 9, and he saves it.
Yeah, and he told me, Ricky, this is the most difficult turn on the racetrack. Nobody wants to go over the top of a hill and not be able to see what's on the other side.
Into the carousel.
Kyle Larson got going again. We have no caution.
And lap 1 is in the books.
Field now in the hands of James Buescher. Won the pole yesterday. He brings the field to the green flag for the first time in Canada. The Camping World Truck Series. Green flag in the air. Buescher chose the inside line to get into that right-hander. The first turn here at Canada Tire Motorsports Park.
You see there's a blind corner going here to turn number 2. These guys have to make their decision on when they brake before they even see the corner.
That always makes it interesting, huh, Phil?
Sure does.
But it looks as though they're going to be able to make it through that turn 2 and up through turn 3.
3 wide back there. Somebody ducked to the inside of Matt Crafton.
See Darrell Wallace Jr. who is up on the curb. That's something you're going to see all day long. There's a lot of places, like you said, you turn into the corner before you can really see it, and you'll get on those curves.
Now tricky number 5.
45 miles an hour into this corner.
Oh, and about 30 seconds later, you're on 170 at the end of this straightaway.
Ready straightaway now. It's James Buescher out in front of Ryan Blaney. They're nose to tail as they head up Andretti straightaway.
These guys can go too wide here up this long straightaway. Again, speed upward of 170 miles an hour. There's Timothy Peters right there, that red and white truck side by side with Ron Hornaday.
And you know, it's interesting to listen to some of the guys, Phil. They think drafting could be a big play on this back straightaway. We've seen trucks fan out 3, 4 wide at Pocono on that straightaway. This straightaway is about as long, and so maybe we can see some drafting coming into effect.
Buescher makes the pass. Here comes Chase Elliott looking to the inside of Blaney for second.
Chase got a great run off turn number 10. That opened up that inside for him. He got by Ryan Blaney in the 29 truck.
How about that kid? That's just a classic road course pass right there. What's he know about road racing? He hadn't done much of that, but what a great job Chase did. Got that run off the corner and easily cleared Blaney.
You know, Chase Elliott has a guy with him that got his first ever NASCAR win on a road course, and that's his dad, Bill, at Riverside back in the 80s.
It is 14 and 15. They will go by the chicane as we get ready for the start. They're going to dive into Heartburn Turn, which is turn number 1, side by side. Green flag in the air. We're racing at the Roval.
Good clean start. First time these guys have been through here too wide.
Real good start for Kyle Larson. Up to second place here, putting the pressure on our leader, Kurt Busch. A tight line Kyle Larson has. He has a good wide entry. Look at him, almost in position to make a look for a pass there. That was pretty competitive there, pretty aggressive.
You want to lead the first lap the first time at the Roval, man. That's historic stuff. You want to be the first guy to lead a lap here. Kyle Larson's going to put a ton of pressure on Kurt Busch.
That and the track position, just getting in that lead, because watch them as they go through this turn 11 and turn 12. They'll start to gap each other on the exit of that corner, and as they run around the oval, turn 3 and 4, you'll see that gap increase.
This is the first time these guys have been on the racetrack with this many cars. They're just learning the sight lines, what they can see.
Oh, man.
See.
Little contact.
A lot of pressure on. Kurt Busch going to lead lap 1.
Larson, man, he is on it. You know, you think this is a really slick racetrack, new asphalt, hard tire. These guys would tiptoe around here, but Larson with a lot of confidence in his car, pushing really hard early.
They started 5th, running 2nd. Listen to the tires. Talk about this racetrack being difficult. Where else do you hear the tires squealing around the infield? That's just nuts. That's how low grip these cars have.
Jeb Burton in the 8s, and that blue number 8 on the right side there. And Michael Annett in the 1 make up the front row, getting ready to start something new at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Taking on the road course, green flags in the air. Could start quickly here. Two and three wide as they work through some of these turns.
Real impressed the whole field was able to get through there pretty cleanly. How long will that patience last before these guys start taking more risks?
A lot of give and take right there at the start of this race. Smart move by all the drivers. Unlike you, though, it won't last long. You see right here, look for the lead. Brandon Jones pushing Jeb Burton right now.
Michael Annett's fall back a bit. Brandon Jones trying to get to the inside of the gate.
That's going to be tough. They're trying to pass somebody in there.
That number 7, Klondike on the hood. It's Justin Allgaier, very good on the road courses.
And behind him, Noah Gregson, a pass for the lead right here. Noah, a great start, already up to 3rd, battling for 3rd.
Jeb Burton hanging on to the lead as they come back out onto the front stretch.
All right, Rick, I lose the bet. A clean first lap. I would have lost that bet.
Also interesting to see Jeb race on the outside of that turn 12 into 13.
About ready to make history at the Daytona International Speedway road course. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin lead the field of 39. Green flags in the air. They stay 2 by 2. The International Horseshoe. Denny Hamlin has the preferred line in the 11.
Impressive start by the driver of the 11. We haven't seen anyone go side by side through that little turn 2 kink. He was able to do it and takes the lead, heading now to the dog leg. It's just a little bit of a left-hand turn, but driver's very slick as it heads into the other hairpin.
Yeah, Kyle Busch jumping up on the outside. We've seen this pass happen and work several times in the truck race and the Xfinity race outside of that corner. works pretty well. Kyle Busch making it happen.
These drivers are processing so much information right now, trying to understand where the grip level is on this infield course. You see some guys getting more aggressive, more brave with their braking zones, more brave with their throttle on exit.
Kyle Busch in that 18 car, he ran the 24-hour race this January. So very, very short time since he's been on this racetrack. Many others in the field had track time, but not many were able to race this year.
Yeah, that'll be a great advantage for Kyle for a few laps here early in this race. He wants to take advantage of that while he has it.
Truex all over the back of Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Kevin very slow and cautious into this chicane. He obviously watched the Xfinity race yesterday.
All the drivers talked about using simulation and all those things, right? But that's by yourself. Now you're racing somebody. Truex going to try to jump inside of Harvick into this front straightaway chicane.
These are teammates. Denny Hamlin has the 18 of Kyle Busch chasing after him. Lap 1 at the road course is led by Denny Hamlin. The first laps ever turned by NASCAR's Cup Series here on the road course.
What a great job by this entire field to get through this first lap with no idea of what they were getting themselves into without any big issues.